Oh God, dating is a freaking disaster. It's not a place you actually want to be in your 50s. They all go for the younger women. So my dating puddle, even though I think I'm pretty smart and I'm not bad looking and I am as invisible to, I'd say 70% of the men.
So it goes to show, when women get older, it's their dating pool decreases. Time is on our side as men, and time is not on women's side.
Who would want to settle down with a woman who has hit rock bottom? What does she really have to offer? If you have kids with her, they may have autism or Down syndrome. I don't mean to be rude, but more and more research shows that a mother's age makes her child more likely to have autism. By the time a woman is an adult and ready to settle down, she may have children from a previous marriage. She may also have unresolved feelings from her many past relationships. She may also have health problems from eating Snickers bars while in her pants. Even if she doesn't, she's probably overweight. Even if she's done well in her career, she'll probably look for a man who is wealthier, younger, and more attractive than she is. Isn't it great that so many Western women are ready to settle down? Unfortunately, men over 40 don't have as much luck. Only about 12 to 15% of them get married after that age. But even if you're not cynical, falling in love is still a high-stakes game. Gamble. When a man dates a middle-aged woman, he puts his future financial security at risk. He will probably get negative feedback and mockery instead. If the nagging keeps up, even his dog will cover its ears. Wouldn't it be great if animals could talk? I think more men would take the red pill than do anything else. It bothers me that men who don't want to settle down are often called man-children, which is an insult. I believe it is unfair because it is common practice to make a man with Peter Pan syndrome feel inferior if he shows signs of refusing to grow up. On the other hand, a woman with Peter Pan syndrome is praised for her resilience and independence. Does no one else find this double standard unacceptable? Exactly why is it that women are praised for the same actions that men are criticized for? Single mothers are gaining weight at the same rate as a steroid-using adult sumo wrestler. Where do we draw the line on shaming women now? If nowhere, then nowhere, because women are perfect and can't do anything wrong. Shaming them will only bring shame on us. However, comments about someone's weight are not considered hate speech at this time. We should always think about how women feel, so I don't doubt that this will happen in the short term. Ensuring their safety and peace of mind is more important than worrying about the long-term effects, so Asian countries can keep having some of the lowest birth rates in the world. Even though women in their mid to late 20s are often shamed for not getting married and having kids, this shows that either the shaming doesn't work or most of the women there just don't want kids. I think most women who have kids do so for romantic reasons or out of fear of social disgrace, but I think the birth rate would be much lower if those things weren't a factor. The rising importance of feminism is also a movement in that country. I can think of another thing that helps guarantee that Korean women don't need any help in looking like they're in the middle of their lives, people from other countries who don't even live there. In the 1930s, it's better to say that Korean women today are expected to adhere to certain norms of personal behavior in order to get to the top of the male-dominated society. In my opinion, levels of attractiveness should not be the only factor when looking for a life partner to spend the rest of your life with. But what about older women who don't succeed in riding the wave and are now looking for someone to settle down with? The longer they wait for a post-wall chat, the less likely they are to win. I think women in their 20s are beautiful, but they should first and foremost focus on getting their lives in order. Now is the time for them to find a reliable life partner if they don't have one, instead of going from one man to the next until they settle down with a cat. I had no idea this is how older married people usually live. Men sit in the driver's seat and it's not pretty. People who spend too much time in this kind of situation want to settle down, but they haven't been able to find the right person. I want to make sure they don't become emotional tampons and that they have access to a person with money for their old age. And any man who wants to settle down will get the point that my message conveys: don't be that guy and don't do that. Rather, put your money in that wallet and invest it into places that make cat food and antidepressant pharmaceuticals. She'll need both of these in her old age. She probably already feels lonely and is taking some kind of medicine cocktail to keep from getting sick from being an adult on her own. When she says she's ready to settle down, all she really wants is to feel safe. She is both physically and mentally flexible and willing to consider ideas you may have. So if you've thought about it, you should drop the dummy flowers and bloom before she does. Don't be fooled by someone.